I was 17 when my philosophy teacher, Mr. Harlan, walked into class and wrote 4 words on the board. What would you do? He didn't explain himself right away. He just set the marker down, turned around, and looked at us like he already knew something we didn't. Mr. Harlan was like that. Quiet in a way that made you uncomfortable. He had this habit of letting silence stretch until someone cracked. That day, nobody cracked. We all just waited. He finally pulled a chair from behind his desk, spun it around, and sat on it backwards. He said he wanted to tell us a story. Not a real one, he clarified. A thought experiment. Something philosophers had been arguing about for decades. He told us to picture ourselves sitting behind the controls of a trolley. A runaway trolley. He described it slowly, deliberately, the way someone tells a story they know is going to land hard. The brakes are gone. The throttle is stuck. The trolley is moving fast, faster than anything you can fix in the time you have left. Ahead on the main track, 5 workers are crouched down with their backs turned. They cannot hear it coming. They have no idea. You have one option. There is a lever beside you. If you pull it, the trolley diverts onto a side track. The 5 workers live. But on the side track, there is one worker. Also crouched down. Also unaware. Mr. Harlan stopped talking. He let the image sit there in the room. I remember the fluorescent light above my desk was flickering slightly. It had been doing that for weeks. Nobody ever fixed it. He asked us to raise our hands if we would pull the lever. Almost every hand in the room went up. Mine included. It felt obvious. 5 lives against 1. The math wasn't complicated. The reasoning felt clean and logical and almost comfortable in the way that multiple choice answers feel comfortable. You pick the lesser harm. You move on. Mr. Harlan nodded slowly. He didn't look impressed or disappointed. He just nodded like he had expected exactly that. Then he asked us something else. He said, now imagine the trolley is still coming. But this time there is no lever. Instead, you are standing on a bridge above the track. Beside you is a large stranger, a big man, heavy enough that if pushed onto the track below, his body would stop the trolley before it reached the 5 workers. He would die. They would live. Same numbers. 1 life for 5. He asked us to raise our hands if we would push the stranger. Almost every hand went down. The room felt different after that. I remember looking around at the same people who had confidently voted to pull the lever, now sitting with their arms at their sides, some of them frowning, some of them staring at the desk like the answer was hiding in the wood grain. Mr. Harlan asked why. Nobody wanted to go first. Then a girl named Sarah said it felt different to physically push someone. That using your hands to throw a person in front of a trolley felt like murder in a way that pulling a lever did not. Mr. Harlan didn't respond to that either. He just turned back to the board and wrote one more thing underneath his original question. Is there a difference? The numbers were the same. The outcome was identical. 1 person dies so 5 can live. The only thing that changed was the method. The distance between you and the person dying. Whether your hands touched them or only touched a lever. That question has stayed with me for years. Not because I found an answer. Because I didn't. The trolley problem isn't really about trolleys. It isn't about math or logic or the cleanest possible outcome. It's about something much harder to name. The gap between what we decide in theory and what our hands are actually willing to do. I still don't know what the right answer is. I'm not sure anyone does. And somehow, that's the part that bothers me most.